Hello friends, now in this tutorial I'm going to teach you on how to create a simple AI assistant using Google's Gemini language model through the LangChain framework in Python. I'll walk you through how to safely set up your API key using the .env. Then I will also show you how to initialize the Gemini model and interact with it using both basic messages and reusable prompt, maybe templates. Now we will basically be using LangChain, which is a very important framework in the current tech world. It gives us the power to build more intelligent systems, more agents, rather than just simple prompting the models. So large language models like Gemini, GPT, Cloud, they are very essential in the current world, in the current setting, when it comes to building intelligent systems. Not like before, when you used to build dumb systems. Now you can build intelligent systems. Now the power of LangChain gives us the power to interact directly with it gives us the power to interact with the LLMs in a more advanced way, whereby we can build intelligent systems on top of the LangChain. So we are not just tinkering around prompting the LLMs, but we can use our prompts in a more intellectual way, in a more logical way, to build intelligent autonomous agents. Now today I wanted us to look on how we can maybe pass through Gemini and see how that one works using LangChain to build just a simple AI assistant. So I had already done the setup of my environment. This is my environment. I had already done the setup. This is the environment of everything. This is a .env. I have my API key to Gemini there. So I have the example .env.example whereby there is the, so this is how my .env looks like this. I have the git ignore, which I have ignored this so that I cannot push to the GitHub my API key. Then I have the app.py. So what I'm going to do, then there is the requirement.txt, all of this. So this one has already been, I had already installed this one. So I'm just going to delete that, and I'm also going to delete this, and I'm going to show you how to set up that one. But do not delete this. So I will not open this one because my API is there, and this one I will. So you are going to set up a .env like this, and I'm going to set up a Gemini API key there. But you are going to delete this .example. I put there so that I can demonstrate. Now let me just terminate that. So let me show you how to create that virtual environment. I had already there's things I was doing here, not okay that way. So I'm going to do this. So how do we create that virtual environment? I am in Linux. So on Linux you do python-3 -m venv like that. Then you click enter. This is on Linux, any Linux distro like Ubuntu, Mint, Parrot, Kali Linux. You can do that. So with that one, what do I now do? So you can investigate on how you can do that one on Windows or on Mac OS. So with that one said, now we have already created that virtual environment. This one is very important because you find out whatever we are installing, we are not installing into the entire system. We are just installing it on the environment that we are working at. Now what I do is I activate the virtual environment. So how do I activate it? I do source. This we do like this on Linux. On Mac OS, on Windows is different. Source venv bin activate. I have already activated. So everything is okay. Now for us to interact with the Gemini and LangChain, there are most important things we have to install. And number one of those, what we want to install, number one is we have to install LangChain. We have to pip, that is Python installation package. We have to install pip install LangChain. We have to install Google generative AI. We have to install LangChain Google Gen AI. Then I can click enter. Then while that one is installing, I can maybe pass you through how to get the API key from Gemini. I can just minimize that one. Then I open my Chrome. I don't know why it's taking too long. My machine is quite slow. So I open Chrome. So with that one, I open with that account. Then with this, I can just my machine is let's see, just installed, so still getting it's wrong. I can just expand it. So I can say Gemini Google AI Studio. Then while I have opened that one, can come here and say get API key. Now you create API key. Then from here you can either create API key in an existing project. You just search the project. Now if you don't have an existing project here, what you do is you go to Google Cloud console, then you create an app there. While you create an app there, it will automatically reflect on Google AI Studio. Then you can maybe create an API key from that. These are my API keys, so I don't want to click them. So once you click it, it will reflect and the API key will be reflected and you can copy it. Now that's how you get the API key. If I go back to my VS Studio, you can look that everything has been installed correctly. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clear everything. So this is now how you come and set up your Google API, Gemini API key. You come here and set it like that. Now I have already installed everything. So I think I haven't installed one package, pip install .env, for working with this environmental variable. Everything has been installed. So this is how it is. This Gemini API key that I have set in this .env and example, it is the same way I have set in the .env. I am avoiding to open it because I don't want it to be exposed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the app.py and we are going now to begin the development. So for us to do that, we have first of all to import .env. Then from this, we are going to, from .env, we are going to import load.env. So that is the first thing you have to do, because you have to, you have first of all to import .env, because you will be needed to pull the environmental variables that you have set on the environment .env. So what you do is from OS. Now this one is very essential because it is also going to act as a support through which it is now going to work with the load.env to pull environmental variables. So from LangChain, from import OS, supposed to be import OS, Then this one is from LangChain. From LangChain Google Gen AI, import chat Gen AI from LangChain.schema, import, what are we importing? Human message dot system message. Then from LangChain dot prompts, import, what are we going to import? We are importing chat prompt templates, chat from template. Then of course we want to load our environmental variables. Then with that I can now come here and say API key is equals to what is let me just, because sometimes we may be required to work with so many API key is equals to os dot get-env. That way it will be Gemini API key. Maybe you can just I cannot console it. I wanted to console to see how it looks like, but it will be at most stupid to do that. But I can just open, so it's Gemini API key. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say LLM is equals to chat. LLM is equals to chat Google Generative AI. Then I'm going to create the model. The model, I'm going to use this model, Gemini. I'm going to use Gemini hyphen 2.0 flash. 2.0 flash, that way. Flash. I don't know if I've written it very well. Maybe you can check from the LangChain documentation. LangChain Gemini, so you can maybe confirm whether everything is okay, so we avoid all kind of foolish mistakes. So it's let me see, so it's Gemini 2.0 flash. Let me just okay, it's just the same 2.0 flash. Oh, we can maybe look at these parameters. Then we have the model. Of course you have to choose the correct model. Then we have the temperature. Now this temperature, it is what we call it sets what we call creativity. If you put 0, it will be more predictable. If you put 1, it will be more creative. Not that. Now we have maximum tokens. These maximum tokens, it is a variable now that detects how long will be your response. So you can put 1K, you can put 1200, all of that. Then there is the time, set timeout, then there is the maximum entries. We will explore that one as time goes on. Now, let us look at the model. We have now put model is equals to Gemini hyphen 2.0 flash. Then, of course, we need something. We need now the temperature. Temperature, we want to set the creativity. Temperature is equals to, I can just put 0.7. Then I can give it Google API key. Let's see. It's not here, but it's supposed to be there. Google API key. Google API key is going to be Gemini API key, that way. Then with this one we can now set maximum tokens. Maximum tokens is equal to, you can just give it 1000. Now with that one is very set up. Now what we are going to do, we are going to set up a basic chat functionality. So how are we going to do that? We are going to define a function. We are going to call it a basic chat. Then I'm going to give it then I'm going to say messages. Then we are going to say, now the first message is going to be system message. I don't think if I have imported it. Now this system message takes our content, and this system message, what it basically does, it says something we call behavior of the, behavior. So you say you are a helpful assistant. You are an helpful assistant. Then I can say human, I can put a comma, then I can now say human message. Now this one is the user's query. I can give it content. Content is equals to explain quantum computing. You can just put explain quantum computing. Explain quantum computing. Let's say put maybe be more clearer in simple terms. In simple terms. So what I do is very simple. I come now, I say responses. Responses is equals to LLM messages. So responses is equals to LLM messages. Now we want to let's remove that one. I'm used so much to JavaScript. I think it's JavaScript. So I can say print responses dot content. So this one prints the real output. The real output. What the system has responded with dot content. So I can now come here and set. We can now say define template. Define template example. This one you can generate with ChatGPT or any large language model, but it's very good to understand what is happening behind the hood, so that you are not just plugging codes you do not know and you cannot explain how they are functioning. So it's very good you follow up, so that maybe you can also be able to explain what does this one mean, what does that one mean. So you can say prompt. So you are going to, this one is just a basic chat template. So I can say prompt is equals to chat prompt template from messages. Then I can say, I can give it, you can just put it a tuple of lists. Is it a tuple? That one is a function. Then it can be a list, a function with parameters of list of tuples. Then I can say system. Then I can say you are an expert. You are an expert in subject, maybe subject. So this one is just a basic placeholder. I'm going to show you how we are going to put the values to this subject. We are basically going to use the chain.invoke functionality offered by LangChain. So I can say human explain topic in detail. Now with that one I say can now come here and say chain. So basically what we are going to do, we are going to come up with we are going to set up a basic pipeline. So I can say chain is equals to chain is equals to, supposed to be prompt LLM. So this one is a basic pipeline. So what happens is very simple. Now this prompt values is gonna be passed through the prompt to the LLM. Then of course I'm going to set the response. The response is equals to chain.invoke. Then I can say subject. Of course this one is a dictionary. Subject is going to be machine learning. Then I can maybe give it a topic. So what is happening with this response, this chain.invoke, this subject will be planted here and this topic will be planted here. So I can just give it topic. So there is the subject, which is machine learning, then topic is going to be neural networks. Then with that one I can maybe come here and say print. What is it? What are we going to print? Print response dot content. Now with that one I can now come here and say now I can now come here and say if let me just come out of these functions. I can now come say if name is equals. Now this one is a very famous Python line. What happens with this line is very simple. It runs both functions if the script is executed directly. So this function, this template example, and this basic chart will be run directly if this script is executed directly. So main. So I can say basic chart. So I call that functionality. Then I can now come here and say template example. Can also call that way. So what I'm going to do, I want to display this one on the terminal. So I copy that and I open my terminal. Then after opening it, I maybe let me just clear everything. Then I can just cd paste that one there. After so I can activate the environment with the vnv bin activate. What am I doing? Activate. After activating, I can now execute the app.py. So what I'm going to do is python-3 app.py and see if it's going to run. So what I'm going to do is very simple. I'm going to come here and say after printing that, I can say print. Maybe you can just put some escape characters there so that you can maybe see the difference in the output. And I can maybe come here and say we can just clear that one and say python-3 app.py. So you see, let me just clear everything. So there is that another output. So I can meanwhile I can just clear everything to avoid just clearing maybe a particular session. So I can maybe run. Let me just python-3 app.py. So there is that one. That one is this functionality. This function basic chart has worked. Then so you can look at this one. This one is an intelligent response. So a quantum computer is different. Instead of light switch, think of dimmer switch. That can be okay. So that is this. So okay, let's dive into the fascinating world. Or let's see basic idea. So let's quantum computer. Let me do this. I can come here and say what? Instead of just printing that, I can maybe print the response. Let me print the response. Then I can just come here and maybe comment that one. Then I can come let me clear everything. Then I can run. So we have this response let's see, okay, let's break down quantum computing in a way that's easy to understand. There is that. So you find that is something very cool and everything is working very well. Something very cool. Now from maybe I can come up with a tutorial maybe to explain on how we can automate Gmail, so that maybe we can use Gemini to automate Gmail. We can classify emails, we can do auto replies, things like that. You can also make or maybe build advanced chat systems, like maybe like something like an research agent, whereby we are not just doing direct prompts. We are using LangChain and the power of these large language models to come up with intelligent systems. So enough of that is said. If this tutorial has interested you, you can maybe share, like, and also subscribe the channel to help it grow, and so that you can help me reach out to more people. Thank you and have very good time. Meanwhile, we will be interacting more for sessions like this. I'm going to have a